Where's your buddy? Welcome back, folks. Been on vacation, was over to France for a little while. I'd like to start a series on starting a big Agile project, call it Inception, and it's basically focused around a workshop, but there's a lot of things you need to do before you get to that workshop, and one of them is make sure you've got the right leaders in place. Here's my dog. Biggest thing I learned from the projects that I've been on, when you start them up, if you don't have the right people involved, it doesn't matter what process you've got going, it's not going to make a difference. Your leaders have to all agree where you're going on a project. They have to have a common vision. It may not be exact. You certainly don't have detailed requirements yet. I'd love to tell you that you could just start an Inception workshop without a leadership team and hope that they just self-organize and come out of the woodwork. I have not found that to be the case in the big projects I've worked on in the past. The most successful ones usually had a small team that worked together for maybe a sprint or two, a couple weeks at least, maybe a month, and really got to gel together to understand exactly what problem needed to be solved, have a basic vision of the product that's going to be created, basic vision of who the individual market segments that you're going after and customers, and how the team is going to work together. I normally recommend what I call a quad. There's at least the senior product owner, and then there's the senior program manager or senior scrum master, some type of senior UX person who's going to lead the user testing and prototyping, and then the senior tech person. The senior tech person could be 1, 2, or even 3 people. If it's one person, it tends to be an architect, or it could be the lead engineer, and then sometimes you have a QE or QA person as part of the team. You definitely have to have that team together and formed and of a mind meld before you go into your first big full team workshop. There's a couple things you got to look for. Have you started to prototype together? And as you're prototyping it together, you could be using just pictures on a whiteboard or drawings on a piece of paper, or even better, maybe an HTML prototype. Do you generally work together really well when you're starting to put this thing? Are you good at kicking ideas around? What really matters is that the leadership team is willing and open to talk to the rest of the team and engage in their ideas. The people who are actually doing the coding or the designing or the quality assurance are the people that you really need to listen to and be open to. Are they willing, frankly, to work hard? Are they going to work late at night, early in the morning with the team when the team needs them? Do they want to stay off in their office with the door closed, or do they want to sit at the table with the team? Do they want to roam around? You know, Walt Disney was famous for roaming around. He said he's like a bee collecting pollen amidst all the teams that he was working with. You've got to find people who are willing to look forward and are really, really good at conveying it back to the team. Another thing, you want to make sure that the folks that are on the project have a passion for the project. Again, they probably won't know all of the details in the beginning, but you can tell if a person has passion for it. It's something that they really want to do and work hard for. No, I didn't mention it earlier. We want to make sure that these folks have the skills to do it. As if you bring out a UX person that's going to oversee the style guide, you want to make sure that they have the experience of creating style guides. Lastly, make sure that these folks have time to do it. I see so many projects with people who get on and they're allocated like 10%, or they're off-site in Boston when most of the team is in California, and they can only be on a couple calls a day, tops. That's not going to work for a big project. So this may be a little different than what you've heard from most Agile gurus or coaches, but I think it's a really good idea to have a leadership team, especially if you have multiple teams and you're going to need to get together and scrum with scrums or attend multiple groomings to make sure the same message is being conveyed multiple times to multiple teams. Next, we'll talk about goal setting, particularly how you can present those goals to the full team when you get into the Inception workshop. See you soon. Want to go to the dog park, buddy? Okay, let's go.